Hello there everybody, Rediscover Redstone here, and today I'm back with another Minecraft video. And in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you guys can build your very own automatic diamond mining machine. And this design actually has two automatic miners attached into one, so this will be twice as effective, and it will actually create a board that is big enough. Will actually make a big tunnel compared to the other ones which make a tiny one. This one's actually two, so it'll make a twice as big of a tunnel. And guys, before we get on to the video, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe if you guys haven't yet, because YouTube tells me that over 9,000.69% of you guys are not subscribed, and it would really mean a lot to me if you guys did subscribe. And now that that's out of the way, let's get right into the tutorial. And guys, I'll leave everything that you need to build this in the description below. So for the first step, you're going to want to grab 3 ancient debris. Yes, this is the most expensive block. And then you'll need to put a shroom light after the 3 pieces of ancient debris. And then you want to place a sticky piston facing towards yourself. And then you want to place a normal piston facing the other side into our sticky piston. And now that you're done with that, you're going to want to grab yourself an observer, go out 1 block, and then place it like so. And then you're going to want to grab your wall, place it in front of the observer. And then you're going to want to place 2 slabs on the top part of the wall. And then you're going to grab yourself your dead coral block and then put it on top of the observer. And then place your TNT on top of the wall for that step. And then now you're going to want to grab your shroom lights and then place it next to the TNT like so. And then you're going to get your slime blocks, place 2 of them like that. And then you're going to want to go over the dead coral fan and then place another slime block on top of the dead coral fan. And then now you're going to want to grab a slab and then put it on top of the slime block like so. So now that your machine looks a little like this, you're going to want to grab some temporary blocks, go 3 out from the shroom light, and then build up like that. And then you're going to want to grab a normal piston and then place it facing this way. And then you're going to want to place a detector rail and a minecart on top of that. And now you're going to want to break the block behind the piston and replace it with a redstone block, pushing the minecart into our little system. And then you can get rid of everything that we've done, and that should be our duping thing finished. And then now you're going to build out by 3 blocks using any temporary block, break that, and then you're going to want to place a piston, a normal one, facing like so. And now since I've used observers, I don't want to create a clock, so you're going to want to build out using any temporary blocks, and then break our temporary blocks and replace it with the observer facing that way, and basically you should see the arrow facing into our piston. And now all you're going to want to do is come down in front of your observer and then replace it with a redstone block. And then you're going to want to go down the redstone block and then just place a single block of slime, and we should be about halfway done. And now for the next step, you're going to want to copy our entire machine exactly 6 blocks over. So if you guys see, there's a 6 block gap between our 2 machines, and you're going to want to build them exactly the same way you did, and that should now look a little like this. And then now you're going to want to come down here and then place about 3 blocks, and then you want that block to be a slime block, and come on this side of the block, and then you're going to want to place a normal piston, and on the other side a sticky piston. And then off the side of the slime block, you're going to want to go out by 2 blocks and then place another sticky piston facing into our slime block. So it should look a little like this. And then now you're going to want to come to our sticky piston and then go out with a slime block and then place a block of redstone. And then you're going to want to go out by 3 blocks, break the temporary blocks, and then place a normal piston facing towards our little contraption, like so, and remove our temporary block. Now you're going to want to come here and then you're going to want to place 3 slime blocks and then place a block of redstone and then a temporary block on that end, and then you're going to want to place a sticky piston and then break our temporary block. And now you're going to want to grab a slime block, place it on the end of our sticky piston, grab a normal piston, face it like so, and then you're going to want to grab yourself a sticky piston and face it the other way, and you should end up with something that looks a little like that. Then now you're going to want to grab yourself a slime block, place it on the end like so, and then a redstone block on top. And then you're basically going to want to repeat what you did there before and basically build out by 3 and then place another normal piston like so. So you should end up with 2 identical things with a little bridge in the middle. So now you're going to want to come to this end of our machine, go out by 2 blocks, and then place a sticky piston facing this way. And then you're going to want to get rid of our scaffolding blocks. And then you're going to want to go to the opposite side, place a temporary block, and place a redstone block like so. And now you're going to want to go out by a few blocks, and then you're going to want to put a sticky piston directly next to our redstone block facing into it. And now you're going to want to go out by 5 slime blocks on the end of our piston, and then you're going to want to place 2 observers, one like that and the other one right there. Make sure you get the position of the observers correctly. And now you're going to want to grab a normal piston, place it on the little red dot of the observer, and then grab a note block, place it under the slime block, and then an observer facing into our note block. And now you're going to want to get yourself some sandstone, place it on the end of our observer, and then place a sticky piston facing inwards on top of our sandstone, and then a slime block like that. And now we're going to prime our redstone machine by taking a redstone block and placing it right on that piston and then breaking it. Yours should do something like that, and that means it's primed and ready for boring. And now to fire it, all you have to do is come down to our note block and then press it. And as you guys can see, it will shot out the TNT, and you guys can see it's starting to mine, and you guys can just keep on pressing the note block and it will go on forward. And yeah, so if you guys did it correctly, it should work. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found the video helpful. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel and also really does mean a lot to me. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next one. Peace.